Welcome back, guys. So in our last video we have talked about index design considerations. What are the parameters we require to think of when we are creating the indexes. So in this video we are talking about index fragmentation. What is that? So index fragmentation in MsSqL refers to the condition where the logical order of the index page does not match the physical order of the corresponding data page. Well, it happens uh, as a result of data modification of the table, like insert, updates, and deletes performed on a table. This is what, like, if you have deleted many records from a table, database table, the size of the table on the disk may not decrease immediately. On the disk may not decrease immediately, but the size, the rows are removed from the table. This is because the database engine may not reclaim the freed up space immediately. If we deleted one row or two row, that database may not reclaim its freed up space, but instead mark that space available for future use. We can use that space, but that's not freed up immediately unless we do rebuild or reclaim of that index, or we can recreate the index. That's these are the things we need, which matters. So there are two types of index fragmentation: external fragmentation, internal fragmentation. What is this? Uh, External fragmentation. This occurs when the page of an index are not physically adjacent to each other on the disk. It typically happens when databases are not inserted in the middle of an index. So they are not, if the data pages are not physically adjacent like one after the other, so we call that fragmentation as external fragmentation. As a result of it, index structure becomes fragmented and the storage of the index becomes inefficient. Internal fragmentation. This occurs when the data within the index page is not densely packed or optimized. It is caused by place splits that happen when new data is inserted into an index page that is already full. So if a page is already full and we want to add a new data on that table, then what happens then in that case, uh, that will occupy the next page, and this leads to a half empty pages. Like if it is occupying the next page, then maybe it will just occupy just one or two bytes of that page. So this is wasting the storage space and potentially affecting query performance, so that as query needs to analyze much and more pages to fetch the results. Okay, so this is external and internal fragmentation. What is the impact of this fragmentation? So we have already talked about the impact of and benefits of creating index, so that's same here. So if you do not analyze or rebuild or recreate their indexes, that will be the impacts. Most probable impacts are increased disk input output, as fragmentation causes SQL Server Engine to perform additional disk IO to locate and retrieve the data pages, resulting in slower query execution. So if we do not uh, defragment the tables, then it will just go to the space where we have freed up, which we have freed up while we have deleted the uh, earlier records. So that is still not uh, claimed by the database itself. Reduced buffer cache efficiency and decreased query performance. So these all are correlated. If we do not defragment the tables, defragment the indexes, defragment the space by the indexes, then we'll see these issues with the query performance. Okay, so this is the fragmentation and its impact. In our next video, we'll see how to fix the fragmentation. Thank you.